Hey everybody, Shannon Messer here with Tuckasegee Fly Shop once again. Got a little fly for you here that I want to tie. It's basically just a simple rubber-legged stone fly. Real simple tie. It's an effective fly, and basically what I'm using is just some materials just lying around the desk here. And feel free to change up the materials and the colors and have at it. What we got here today is a size 10 nymph hooks. It is a stray shank, and we do have a 5/32 bead. Before I apply some thread to that right there, we're going to put some .20 lead-free wire on there. Going to put a few wraps of those on that. And once again, as we talked about in the tungsten surveyor, I do some of these with extra wraps of weight, and I do some without. And the reason why I do that is it gives me a way to manage the weight on my flies. I am using an extra pair of scissors here that's fairly old to kind of help assist get rid of that excess that I have right there. There we go. Kind of get that pushed down there a little bit. Bingo. Just like that. All right. Super. Going to be using some red thread here. Use whatever color you like, but I am going to use some red wire on this guy anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and get that started on here. So we'll stick with the red. That's actually what was lying here. As you can imagine, I was tying up tungsten surveyor. So there you go. So we're going to take our thread back to the back, and I am using a Norvice fly tying system for those of you folks who are wondering about that. What I have here is some rubber from Montana Fly Company. It is awesome. Awesome stuff. I just have brown. I have brown, yellow, white. I'm actually out of the black right now. Olive is another great color. But we're going to tie this in here for the tail section, and we're also going to use it for the some legs a little bit later on here in this bug. So I'm going to get that tied in back here, and I do like to go back down toward the bend of the hook just a smidge. Got some wraps in there. I'm going to pull this forward, as you can see. Come in here, whammo. The next thing we're going to tie in is going to be a little bit of red UTC wire. This actually is small. Feel free to use whatever color you want to. I do have, this 5/32 copper bead on here, brass bead, whatever we want to get with it. But I'm going to use red on here. I think it looks super, super sharp. I'm going to build that up right there, filling that gap a little bit. And the next thing we're going to do is take in a turkey feather. The turkey feather itself is actually going to be a casing. It goes over the back part of the nymph. And if you know the how these things look out in the wild, they're going to have a darker, easy for me to say, top section than they will on the underside of the bug. And so here we got is a turkey feather that was harvested locally. And I have actually sprayed these feathers with a little bit of clear to make them stiff and more durable. And at the end of this, we'll actually take a little bit of UV resin and we'll finish it off like that. So get these guys tied in here like so. Oh, baby. Marvelous. Real nice there. Real nice. There we go. All right, so the next thing we got is going to be some dubbing. And for the body, it's going to be some little bit of peacock dubbing. Feel free to use peacock roll if you'd like. I just got this stuff here lying around. It's got a little bit more greenish into it, but once you see it, it looks super, super sharp on here. It looks real good, real buggy. Feel free to use dubbing wax if you want to. I'm just going to take this here and start applying this onto my thread. Now, with the Norvice, you can spin the dubbing onto the thread itself, and it makes a really, really neat body. It also, in theory, it should be quicker to do. However, just for the fact that a lot of you folks may not have a Norvice out there, we're just going to do this the traditional way. And I've somewhat built this up so this guy here is going to get thicker as we go up. So a little bit heavy on the dub. And you see I'm going to have to kind of twist that in there just a little bit. There we go. Real nice. Beautiful. Awesome. Take a little bit more. Fantastic. Awesome. Awesome sauce, man. Awesome sauce. Fantastic. Yeah, man. There we go. This thing right here might even make Ernest T. Bass happy. Y'all know who Ernest T. Bass is. Man had a great story one time. He said, you know how do you catch a duck that's standing still? You catch them by the bill. Ernest T. Bass, everybody. Ernest T. Bass. All right, so we're going to take our wing, our turkey feather, I should say, and we're going to do a few wraps on that. I'm going to take my thread up here, get it out of the way. I'm going to do a half hitch, hook this over here to my thread post holder, and I'm going to take this wire and I'm going to get it started. Now this is going to segment, and it's going to help hold that feather down, okay? Now I can also roll this with a rotary vise. You folks understand the beauty of that. Get up here, pull it back. Now, kind of get that back out of the way. Whammo. It's me, it's Ernest T. There we go. Wonderful. Awesome. That's it. That's what I'm talking about. Now, here comes the old helicopter part. Boom, 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 boom. All right, got it. Helicopter shot down. Bam. It's not a great thing if you're on a helicopter, though. But, oh, not good. No bueno. All right, so now the next thing we want to do is we're going to put in a few little legs up here. And I always like to put a half hitch in there to secure my work just in case the thread breaks. And I know no one ever breaks any thread, so I know that I'm probably not as good at any of y'all out there, but I just like to be a little safe than sorry, as they'd say. So we're going to slide that up under there, and we will trim these off, okay? And we're going to get those there like that, kind of position around. Oh, looking good, looking good. All right, we're going to pick up the other one. That's being a little difficult right now. All right, so we're going to take this guy here, do the same thing, get it caught under the thread, pull it over. We've got to make sure that my turkey feather's out of the way. Whammo, there we go. Going to put in some wraps in there like so. Going to come here like that. Sweet. Love it when a plan comes together. All right, now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take some dubbing here. And this one here is just kind of some ice dub, golden color in there, kind of a golden brown. It looks real good on here together, actually. It makes a great looking bug. So we're going to take some of this ice dub, and we're going to dub that onto our thread. Certainly feel free to use wax. Some people wet their fingers and do it. Some people lick their fingers and do it. I don't know about that. Certainly a cup of water might be better, but feel free to do what you want to do there, man. I guess it's like some people lick envelopes and some people don't. Okie dokie. Now, we're going to come in. Ooh, look at that. See how I'm coming in there like that? Beautiful. Now I'm going to go right there. I want to add some more dubbing, and that's fine, okay? It's easier to add it than take away. Always easier to add when it came to math, wasn't it? That subtraction stuff, when you have to borrow from this one, and, you know, that got a little bit confusing. But here we go. That's it. We're just worried about catching fish. And we all know when it comes to catching fish that sometimes that math kind of gets out of whack. I'm not saying it never happens, that y'all's math doesn't always add up based on the number of fish y'all catch or the size, but I'm just saying. Now, you see how I've got that up here like so. Now we're going to take this guy here. We're going to take it over. Oh, beautiful. All right, now that's going to be on top. Take her thread. I'm going to hold it. Wham, wham. Make sure she's kind of centered in there like so. So we got a couple of wraps. We're going to pull that back. Boom, 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 boom. Bada bing, bada boom. Bada bing, bada bing, bada boom. Whammo. Looks good to me. Reach in there, trim it. Boom. Dr. Slick Scissors, folks. Check those rascals out. Nice. Real nice. Whip finisher. Take this guy here. Put in a couple of half hitches. Get the rubber legs here out of the way. They're being a little finicky today. 1, 2, 3. I love it. Let's do that one more time. Okie dokie. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. Whammo. And for those of you folks that have read the blog that I wrote about start preparing now for the upcoming winter season and maps and stuff, you folks know that I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. So before y'all start giving me grief, yes, they did lose to the Rams. That they did. However, they did advance in the playoffs this year, but that's definitely a start, so we'll see what happens. So anyway, so I've got the old corn dog stick here with some Velcro on it. Going to kind of pick that out just a smidge, not a whole lot right there. Looks pretty nice to me, I think. Don't know about y'all, but I think it'll fish. Now I'm going to take some UV resin. I'm going to take some thin on this guy here, and I'm going to get a little bit on this brush. And we're going to take this guy right here, and what we're going to do is we're going to cover this entire little top of this fly right here, okay? Real simple. Whammo, like that. And then you can take your bodkin. There's all different kinds of them. This one here is old. It's older than both my boys, actually. We're going to put that in there like so. Looks good to me. Then we're going to hit it here with the UV torch. It's not like watching paint dry, but close enough, right? Okay, there we go. And what we have here, folks, is basically a little rubber-legged stonefly. Real simple thing to tie. Feel free to change out your colors, change your body colors, change out your leg colors, change out your bead colors, change your sizes. But at the end of the day, this is a great representation of, and it's going to get you on some fish. Browns, blacks, your peacock colors are excellent colors, so keep that in mind. Have any questions, reach out to us there at the shop. Give us a call at 828-488-3333. We have 2 shops, one in Silva, one in Bryson City, and also tuckflyshop.com. And feel free to shoot me an email at Shannon, SHANN, @tuckflyshop.com. Y'all take care. Appreciate y'all. See you on the water.